Today's video is about Hollywood's newest mean girl, Blake Lively. Well, I don't know if she's the newest mean girl. This behavior has been around since the beginning of her career.
I would love to be part of the show, but I can't act with a monkey. And then I got a few of them.
Maybe even before. I'll get into that a little later in this video. I don't really know that much about Little Miss Blake Lively. Last name Lively doesn't really seem to suit her. Last name Lively should be reserved for someone who actually is lively and a ray of sunshine. I never watched Gossip Girl or any of her other movies. I just knew that she's married to Ryan Reynolds and just can't stop having babies left and right. That's your lifestyle, I'm happy for you. Different strokes for different folks, I'm just saying. So past and present bad behavior has been being resurfaced all over the internet these days ever since It Ends With Us has come out, which I once called something else. The best example I can think of is Colleen Hoover's This Is Us. Not This Is Us, God. I'm getting my titles all mixed up. What's it called? It Ends With Us? Alexa, what's Colleen Hoover's most popular book? It Ends With Us. A lot of stuff that happened with her in the past seems to have been swept under the rug until an interview from 2016 came out. People have also been talking about how drastically different that Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively have been promoting the new movie. Like Justin Baldoni making the focus on as a means to bring awareness for domestic abuse and the stories of domestic abuse survivors. Blake Lively's just been kind of talking about like her outfits and just not reading the room in group interviews, bringing this vibe like she's promoting a romantic comedy, not a serious story about a serious topic. Just trying too hard to be quirky and funny. If you've seen some past compilations that are now being put out of Blake Lively, she seems to always be kind of putting on that
I'm such a quirky, funny kind of girl
act, trying to match the vibe of her husband. That's something only he can pull off because he's him, but not something that she can pull off.
What is the next
What does
5
that
years
mean?
of... Well,
Did you
yeah.
see the movie?
I did see the movie. But
Because, you know, she's her. With all of this stuff coming to light of Blake Lively being this mean girl and just being really condescending and mean to interviewers and other people that she seems to deem as beneath her, just makes her the textbook definition, poster child, the blueprint to build a bully. She just seems to be a bully who never outgrew her sense of entitlement or privilege that she was brought into. I'm talking about all this today because this really hit home for me from dealing with bullying situations myself growing up. And I used to be an educator for grades K through 5. Me and my work colleagues helped school counselors teach their guidance counseling lessons with puppetry. So of course one of the topics was bullying. Now I know that you don't have to be like some sort of professional expert on bullying to like know what it is or anything. When I was working this job, one of the most common questions that students would ask is, why do people bully? We would give so many different kind of answers, but they always boiled down to a power imbalance. It's very clear that in these interviews where Blake Lively is being very unprofessional and just downright rude to interviewers, she's showing the imbalance of power. By industry standards, these people that you see on camera on the silver screen are seen as higher up than the people behind the scenes, like the interviewers, the crew. Anywhere that you are, anywhere that you work, there's a hierarchy. People up higher in the hierarchy don't suffer from the consequences of their actions. Anytime that a celebrity or a public person is getting canceled due to past situations that are just now being brought to light, people naturally have the question, well, why weren't these things brought up in the moment? Shortly after they happen. And it all goes back to that imbalance of power, where people higher up in an established hierarchy is not brought to light until much later. It all comes down to fear. In most cases, fear of losing a job or a tarnishing of a reputation. Blake Lively was kind of already under fire a bit for the clash she was having with Justin Baldoni. There was kind of already a collective anti-Blake Lively movement going on at that time. A brewing movement of Blake Lively's cancellation. When a certain number of people start to recognize sus behavior in someone that doesn't have not a good reputation, like at least a decent reputation in the public eye, the bad experiences surrounding the established person becomes more credible. There's kind of like the proper support in place to speak out. When my colleagues and I were teaching kids about bullying, we would always say it takes the whole school. It's everybody's job to put a stop to bullying. Of course, in a cutthroat industry like Hollywood, teamwork and support's not really commonly seen, recognized, or any other kind of show business industry, really. That's why it takes a really long time for people to get exposed. Things build and build and build up over time to where they've treated enough people shitty that the word eventually gets out, or someone's feeling like super brave and they speak up about how they've been treated by a certain person in power really badly. It spreads like wildfire and all the tea just combusts into thin air, and then all of a sudden the person is canceled. Everything about that person becomes public knowledge. And I think that with how much social media has grown and continues to grow every single day, more people in power can be more easily exposed, and I am so here for it. Anyway, that's all I have to say on the matter. I mean, I could have a conversation for days about this, but I'm not going to because I don't have days, and you don't have days. But I do think it's a very important conversation to have about the imbalances of power that there are in every industry and how people should not abuse their power just because they think that they can get away with it. But I'm gonna tell you right now, karma is real. It comes back to bite you in the ass. It may not come back to bite you in the ass immediately, but it eventually finds the ass that needs bitten. That's it for today's sermon. Thank you for watching this video, and don't forget to like, comment, and
Subscribe!
because when I get 500 subscribers on my channel, I'm gonna take all the books just sitting on my bookshelf, crying out to be read again by someone who is not me. And I'm gonna take them to a local nonprofit of my choice in my hometown of Nashville, Tennessee. Or if you work at a Nashville nonprofit, let me know if you would want my used books. Bye.